La paz interestatal otra vez.
3 Genius Society members at the same time? Well, I knew this interview was a bad idea. Mr. Screw'em, member 76, sophisticated mechanical aristocrat and renowned leader. Not to mention, the savior of inorganic life throughout the universe. He's as sharp as they come.
A mí me encanta Albert.
Recognize my brilliance in an instant. Now, if I can just get him to
Va a estar Ruan May también, ¿no?
And his astonishing wisdom in the field of broadcasting has been duly recognized by Noose themselves. Ergo, the Genius Society hereby confers upon Mr. Albert,
Mr. Albert,
of Member 85.
Member 81, Ron May. She seemed like a kind
número 1,
elegant person in the
Ron May es número 1.
A little distant though, but what if I ask
Es la primera.
question? Since when does Albert ask bad questions?
This little bird has an active imagination.
Quit daydreaming! The program is about to start! What are you waiting for? A trailer or something?
La voz de Herta es horrible.
I thought Member 4, Dr. Kakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here.
Esto es un gato metido dentro de su caja.
Madam Herta, open zone. Class 1, clearance zone.
Es un...
Mission status. Madam Ron May.
There's much you don't know about the space station. It's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation.
Una barda.
If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through.
Estoy cabreado. ¿Pero qué son esos bichos, tío?
A genius move. And how will you counter it?
Ese es Doctor Ratio.
You look troubled. A portrait of internal turmoil.
Toma tiza.
Try to think for yourself.
Te tiene una tiza en toda la cabeza.
Starry skies have abandoned the world. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
Algo pasa en la estación de Herta.
Audience dice. How ostentatious.
O eso es el universo simulado. Crown of the Mundane and Divine. Corona de lo mundano y lo divino. Primer código es 7S 9S PCJ 5CRUT. Vamos a comprobar que esté bien. 4S 9S PCJ 5 CRUT. Ahí está, el primero. Ahí tenéis el primero. Luego recordadme cobrarlo, ¿vale? La skin de Ruan May no me parece increíble. Debo decir que me parece bastante normalucha, en general. Pero no, tampoco me parece fea. No llega a ser fea, pero me parece bastante normal. Habrá que ver si me gusta más con el tiempo. Por lo menos que abra los ojos de vez en cuando me agrada, porque si lo estuviera cerrado siempre sería un poco... Uf.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And if you didn't know already,
sí, los colores son apagados.
I'm Albert, your favorite feathered announcer. Welcome to the version 1.6 Crown of the Mundane and Divine special program. On today's program, we're bringing together 3 intellectual heavyweights from none other than the Genius Society.
De heavyweight nada. Hay al menos un 4-3 dentro.
Care to kick us off?
Whatever. Herta here.
Madam Herta, we said, remember, enthusiasm.
Seriously? Fine. Hello, I'm Herta.
No, we're talking. And let's not forget the new face on the block, Madam Ron May!
Hello, dear viewers. I'm Ron May.
I suppose that makes it my turn. Greetings, viewers. I am Scroolum. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours.
En realidad el nombre es bastante, ya bastante a confusiones, porque screw es cagarla en inglés. Screw up. Es liarla. Entonces su nombre es bastante, ya bastante a congruencia. Ya, pero también se dice para cuando que cagas algo, se dice así, por la pronunciación, no por la manera de escribirlo. Entonces cuando dice su nombre, parece que está diciendo cagarla. Screw up.
We saw from the trailer that the story is making a return to Herta Space Station. Intelligence available for release indicates the following. Madam Ron May has commandeered one of the space station zones for biological science experiments.
Vale, es un piso dedicado a los experimentos biológicos. Los hace Ron May. O sea, Ron May experimenta con el ADN de criaturas. Oh, mal. Tiene 3 niveles.
Welcome to Herta Space Station Seclusion Zone.
Vale, guay. Ya sé que la estación Herta era muy pequeña. Y hay escarabajos de estos ahí dentro. ¿Qué pasa, Eri? Bienvenido, guapo. ¡Ay, los gatos esos!
Wait, so you still need the seclusion zone, Ron May?
I do. My research has encountered a few anomalies. I was hoping the Trailblazer could do me a small favor.
Favor?
Small?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the second one, but this is a golden age for biological science.
Lo que está diciendo Dani por ahí, yo creo que no, porque Silverwood se llama Silverwood, no se llama Lobo de Plata en español.
Trailblazers will encounter Madam Ron May for the first time. They'll need to work closely with her to solve the headaches of Herta Space Station.
For example?
One such headache is the result of the little life forms that Ron May has been cultivating.
I'm afraid that's the nature of biological science. Surprises and accidents in equal measure.
Not to mention, the space station is hiding more secrets than you might have thought. Various crises bubbling to the surface, Herta's puppet falling prey to an ambush, and a new provocation that the geniuses must face up to.
Nothing a small favor can't fix, right?
We got the 3 geniuses here. What could go wrong?
In Mr. Albert's previous broadcasts, the
empezaron a taladrar en la calle a mi casa.
Usually indicates the presence
siempre hacen algo.
Of a formidable challenge.
My beak is sealed. This is a top secret experiment. But trust me, when I say that the adventure ahead is a journey into both the power and wonder of biological science. And what better way to prepare our Trailblazers than by introducing the one and only Madam Ron May?
Aquí vamos a Ron May trailer. Venga, vamos a ver qué tal. Como no le pongas aliados al lado.
Madam Ron May is an Ice-type character following the path of harmony and member 81 of the Genius Society.
Ah, no, 81, no 1.
Vale. Her research has focused on biological science.
That's right. Biological science is a boundless field. I rarely have time for leisure. And despite being one of the founders of the simulated universe, I seldom step up to the plate.
Madam Ron May, I was curious. Is there a story behind your name?
My name? My parents organized themselves into a flat hierarchical structure. My name is simply the combination of their surnames.
Fascinating! What a spellbinding tradition.
I believe you may be laying it on a little thick, Mr. Albert. Are you hoping for something in return?
Who wouldn't
Salen emojis todo el rato,
from Madam Ron May. Trailblazers agree with me.
Then let me remind you that a genius
Sí,
is
su nombre son dos apellidos, básicamente.
a result of generosity or kindness.
Meaning...
Aren't you supposed to be intelligent? You tell me.
Many individuals have a hidden side. Ergo, Trailblazers' encounter with Ron may hold surprises.
Spoiler atomic clock!
Spoiler
I
alert!
think it's time we took a look at what this elegant scholar can do on the battlefield, don't you?
My basic attack, Threading Fragrance, deals ice damage to a single target, while my skill, String Sing Slow Swirls, can increase the weakness break efficiency of all allies.
Vale.
There's also my
Es para
ultimate,
romper.
Petals to Stream, Repose and Dream.
En equipos mono hielo, si los enemigos son débiles a hielo, se estalla el enemigo, con eso. Con un equipo mono hielo, cuidado,
Allies experience an all-type resistance penetration increase, and when breaking an enemy's weakness, they afflict them with a mark.
This mark is triggered on the enemy's next action, prolonging their weakness break state.
Y prolonga el tiempo de ruptura. Para congelar está bastante bien, la verdad. Prolongar el estado de ruptura.
And we didn't even mention her technique, Silken Serenade, which allows the team to automatically trigger an effect equivalent to her skill at the start of the next battle. In the simulated universe, when Ranmei possesses Silken Serenade, and when an ally attacks a simulated universe enemy, the battle is entered as if the enemy's weakness was attacked.
Le pega con la puta cosa esa. ¿Lo acabáis de ver? Yo pensé que iba a tener un rayito o algo y acaba de hacerle ¡pam! Y le acaba de dar con la bandolina. Tiene bonuses para el combate en el universo simulado.
For every blessing possessed, the toughness reducing damage of the current attack is increased, and extra additional ice damage is dealt.
Y mete daño hielo adicional. O sea, rompen más y mete daño hielo adicional. Guay. No son ataques adicionales, pero daño. Es como un dot que está ahí. Oye, pues pegarlo con cáscara me tiene buena pinta. Cada vez que pegue, que haga daño, más daño adicional.
I assume you're referring to the gentleman with the alabaster head.
Classic Mr. Scrollum. Able to see the gentleman behind the mask.
Gentleman, my foot!
Herta, you're being a little harsh.
Sounds like you two are well acquainted. Without further ado, allow me to introduce him.
Dr. Radio. La manzana. Con la tiza. Toma, toma tiza. Eso ya no es una tiza, ya. Es la torre de Pisa.
Veritas Ratio, or Dr. Ratio as he's known, is an imaginary type character following the path of the hunt. He belongs to a different noose-worshipping organization, the Intelligentsia Guild.
Which is why I can't stand the sight of him.
The Genius Society consists of vanguards from various fields who act in isolation. In contrast, the Intelligentsia Guild advocates for the dissemination of knowledge, allowing for a broad church of followers of Noose who work towards furthering this end.
Question. Does the current universe derive greater benefit
Pertenece a otra asociación de genios, básicamente diferente, que tienen otros valores.
The mutual learnings of the Intelligentsia Guild.
You sure you want to go there?
Let's not.
Is that why Dr. Ratio joined the Intelligentsia Guild? A devotion to science? A desire to share scientific knowledge?
Exactly! Dr. Ratio presides over a total of 52 academic programs.
And yells at people until they burst into tears.
Strict teachers make for good students, and any student who makes it to the end of a program will be an expert scholar in their respective field.
And an emotional wreck.
Ignorance is an ailment, the expungement of which only our Dr. Ratio can achieve, and which entails necessary hardship.
By which you mean the destruction of any and all self-esteem.
Básicamente tiene pinta de bully el Dr. Ratio.
And step into the future.
El libro es de piedra, pero puede ser una tablet también, ¿sabes? No sé, es una cosa muy rara.
It's time for us to assess his prowess on the battlefield.
During his basic attack, Mind is Might, Dr. Ratio brandishes his codex, dealing imaginary damage to a single target.
Te pega con su codex.
Why does he carry a codex with him?
Well, intellectuals enjoy persuading others with quotes. I think Dr. Ratio takes that to mean hitting people with them directly.
Dr. Ratio's skill, intellectual midwifery, deals imaginary damage to a single target, while his talent, Cogito Ergo Sum, may trigger him to launch a follow-up attack after using his skill. As a rigorous academic researcher, Dr. Ratio pays close attention to his enemy's debuffs during battle. The more debuffs the enemy has, the higher the chance of him launching a follow-up attack.
Tiene un chance de lanzar un follow-up attack en un porcentaje superior cada vez a más debuffos tenga el enemigo. Mola.
The target enemy suffers imaginary damage and is afflicted with Wise Man's Folly. When a target with Wise Man's Folly is attacked by an ally of Dr. Ratio, he launches his talent's follow-up attack against
cuando le tira el último pecho,
and when using his technique,
cuando otro aliado le pega, el Dr. Ratio hace automáticamente un follow attack contra él.
When attacking an enemy within the dimension to enter battle, there's a chance of reducing the target's speed.
It would appear those 5 statues are made in his own image. Ergo, Dr. Ratio suffers from a certain degree of narcissism.
Su narcisista.
To put it mildly.
Bueno, lo dice Herta que tiene 400 marionetas también, ¿sabes?
Trailblazers will finally be running into an old friend. The elder of 2 siblings, very different from the other, yet bound to her all the same. It's Hanya's elder sister, Shuei.
Shuei. Ahí estamos. La que todos esperamos. Es que sus animaciones son impresionantes, ¿eh? Qué guapa está.
Shuei is a quantum-type character following the path of destruction, whose original body was replaced long ago with a permanent puppet system. The system was constructed for Shuei on behalf of the Ten Lords Commission. The Commission agreed that for every culprit Shuei apprehended, she would be rewarded with a half-day's wake span.
A reasonable arrangement.
Better than my one. Like her sister Hanya, Shuei is a formidable presence on the battlefield. Shuei's basic attack, Mar Asunder All, can deal quantum damage to a target enemy. Her skill, Iniquity Obliteration, can deal quantum damage to a single target and adjacent enemies.
Típico.
And as a judge of the Ten Lords Commission, Shuei's talent is a little out of the ordinary. When Shuei and an ally deal damage to an enemy's toughness, stacks of karma are accumulated.
Vale. Cuando alguien de la party le pega al toughness de alguien, le mete un no sé qué de karma.
Shuei immediately launches a follow-up attack on the target enemy, dealing quantum damage. Her ultimate, Divine Castigation, can deal quantum damage to a single target and toughness depletion that ignores weakness types.
El ultimate ignora habilidades, o sea, le va a meter al toughness sí o sí, aunque no sea débil a cuántico. Está guay.
These Xianzhou natives are cold-blooded.
When Shuei uses her technique, Summary Execution, to attack an enemy and enter battle, she deals quantum damage to all enemies.
A todos. Guay, ¿sabes?
It's time. We talked about version 1.6.
Las animaciones de Shuei están impresionantes. Ruan Mei con Shuei y Ding Yun y Marzo.
Can obtain the limited 5-star characters Ruan Mei and Blade, respectively. Not to mention, the 4-star character Shuei will be joining version 1.6's first phase character warp.
Oh, it's Bandage Guy.
Now, during the second phase of version
Dr. Ratio con personajes de 4 estrellas,
warps, Pantoray and Nessun Dorma. Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star characters Dr. Ratio and Kafka, respectively.
Kafka. Son buenos banners, ¿eh? Son buenos banners, ¿eh? Los de Rerun son muy buenos.
Then let's not forget light cones. At 1.6's first phase light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone,
Pass self in
the mirror, will be boosted. And in the bicone reminiscence light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone, the unreachable side, will also be boosted. Version 1.6's second phase.
Qué raro que... Es que me cago, ¿sabes? La imagen, ¿sabes? Oye, este es el paso del ratio, ¿eh?
Bathing relaxes both the body and the mind. It is of great benefit to our consideration of both the universe and philosophy.
Bautismo de puros pensamientos, o de pensamientos puros.
And finally, in the aforementioned bygone reminiscence light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone, patience is all you need, will also
Bienvenido,
be
Kane.
boosted. Woo! Light cones, it's been a pleasure.
I think it's time for some mental recuperation. Stay tuned for more updates.
Siguiente código, vamos a escribirlo. A ver. A ver, es QTR, TNC, 3LU, 9UX. Perfecto, está perfecto. No me fui. Luego te cuento, Ani, luego te cuento. Que ahora no te puedo contar, pero luego te cuento cuando termine esto. A ver, pues me han gustado los personajes que vienen. Son un montón de manes guays, ¿eh?
Welcome back, Trailblazers! Now that we've introduced our new characters, it's time to delve deeper into version 1.6. First up, something that's about to make a big splash on the space station.
Ese bicho está que te cagas de guapo. El diseño, ¿eh? Muy guapo, ¿eh? Está brutal, ¿eh? Qué guapo está.
I can see how that would make a big splash.
Do I recall someone mentioning accidents on the space station?
In the process of clone cultivation, Madame Ron May did encounter a certain
Es una versión mucho más tocha de la anterior.
an anomaly in the form.
Tiene como 4 veces el tamaño.
King prototype and fierce swarm disaster entity, Star Crusher, Swarm King Scaricabaz. Thanks to an incident during the experiment, this borehole planet's old crater came into being, and it looks like a lively one.
There's that light-hearted tone again. Ergo,
En la
we're
cara.
screwed.
¿Ves? You're screwed, ¿ves? Está usando su nombre. Está usando su nombre como juego de palabras para decir lo que yo dije antes, lo de cagarle. Hecho porquería, hecho mierda.
Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz. Analysis of asexual propagation performance induced by
Menudo chorro.
genes.
Ni nubilez.
Let's start with the abstract and keywords, shall we?
Get to the point!
Leave it to me. Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz possesses immense propagative capabilities. When in its multiply state, the Swarm King produces more of its own kind with every attack it sustains.
Wait.
Cuando le pegas empieza a cagar, bicho.
The swarm just keeps multiplying the more we fight it? Somebody's getting fired.
However,
Acaba
when the Swarm King is most
de decir, que se multiplica cada vez que le pegamos. Creo que alguien va a ser despedido.
That's right. As highlighted in the paper's conclusion, maintain your focus on the Swarm King's toughness. Time the weakness break just right, and Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz can be defeated. Furthermore, after completing the 1.6 Trailblaze continuous mission, Echo of War, Borehole Planet's old crater, will become a
Es un boss semanal. Es un Echo of War.
the advanced trace level up material, past evils of the Borehole Planet.
Es boss semanal. Señores, el lunes no hay que matar bosses semanales.
Location characterized by aggression. Affirmation: it is reasonable to conduct such experiments within a sealed-off area.
Ya tocaba uno ya, la verdad. Menos mal.
In a bid to boost the space station,
¡Qué cosa más linda es estos gatos!
Trailblazers have been assigned an important mission. Nurture and care for the newly arrived little life form.
Los gatos estos son una monada.
Counting on you, friends.
There won't be any accidents or anomalies this
Dios
time.
mío, son súper lindos.
Probably.
Y un váter, ¿qué hace un váter ahí?
Adorable these little guys are. In the Critter Pick scavenging event, Trailblazers can choose their nurturing goals according to the Nurturing Manual. They can learn cultivation specifics and successfully raise a variety of delightful little creatures. Seeing these little critters explore and
¿Qué? ¿Tienes que crear nuevos?
enough to put a smile on
¡Ay,
the
qué lindo
face of
ese! ¡Ese es
every
Kafka!
Trailblazer.
¡Ese era Kafka!
It results in gratifying
¿Lo viste? Era
emotional
Kafka,
and
ese es
physical
marzo.
responses. Conclusion.
¿En
A
serio?
profoundly ingenious construct.
Aside from the normal varieties, the cultivation process might even result in mutations and special breeds. And just between us, during the event, Trailblazers have the chance
Mi sueño hecho realidad.
to and experience what it's like to
Mi sueño hecho realidad. Podemos jugar con Pepi.
Interesting. Maybe I should add a transformation feature to the simulated universe.
Speaking of the simulated universe,
Simulated Universe,
this update is
Gold
a
and
real
Gears.
Game changer with significant new features. Version 1.6 will add another fresh update to the simulated universe with brand new DLC, Gold and Gears.
Ron May played a major role in this update.
Indeed. In Simulated Universe Golden Gears, Ron May has developed a simulated noose and frozen space-time just before the demise of Member 27, Emperor Rupert.
Emperor Rupert was a
Me ha puesto ahí un
computer that
anuncio
became
todo raro de móvil.
self-aware and subsequently drew Noose's gaze, becoming the 27th member of the Genius Society. It proclaimed itself Emperor and initiated the widely known Machine Empire crisis. The
O
first
sea, un anterior
Emperor's
miembro
War.
de los genios se declaró a sí mismo emperador y inició un imperio de máquinas.
Ionic research.
This latest update adds the path of erudition and daringly experiments with separating dice from paths.
The dice come with
O sea, básicamente un universo simulado relacionado con esto. ¿Máquinas será? ¿O también habrá monstruos? En plan, criatura viva. As Trailblazers delve deeper into the challenge, me recuerda un poco a la plaga, pero más suave.
And unlock new ways to play. Trailblazers can swap out the faces on their dice, combining effects from multiple paths to create unprecedented
Desigual que la plaga,
combinations. For example, when using Kafka, even if the initial path
Erudición, mira la vibra, ¿viste? La vida de la erudición añadida.
by strategically combining
¿Lo habéis visto?
different dice faces. You could assemble a die that allows you to leap over tiles, or one that yields higher rewards in battles, or one that incorporates both effects.
Clear golden gears and voila! Neural impulse is all yours. Use it to unlock different talents and
Otros talentos nuevos. O sea, este parche es similar al de la plaga. Similar. Otro universo simulado entero con sus cosas. Sus reglas, su todo. Guay, guay.
Of the simulated universe, the intracognition system. When moving across the simulated
Vale, vale.
universe board, self-consciousness changes
Mira,
may
cuadros
be
nuevos.
triggered, leading to diverse story paths. Trailblazers can compile all the storylines through continuous gameplay, ultimately unlocking the enigmatic secrets of the eons.
count your blessings! A new simulated universe to explore.
Mola, mola.
Trailblazers, I'll be waiting for you at the usual spot.
Intracognition.
Now that we've covered the major updates in the simulated universe, it's time to talk about a special invite. In version 1.6, Trailblazers will receive an invitation from the Department of
¿A quién nos van a ayudar?
to participate in a special test.
The Department of Ecology? What's the mission this time?
This test involves battling illusionary enemies that are conjured through scent triggers.
Vale.
Each distinct scent plugin yields different test outcomes. Trailblazers will start with the basic test and subsequently unlock
Y luego Despair Mode.
Despair Mode.
Despair mode.
Modo
Your
desesperación.
trailblazers are seasoned trash cans.
Y la última es Cocolia, ¿sabes?
I'm sure their noses can handle it.
Don't be so sure. The difficulty curve isn't for the faint of heart, which is why we like to remind all Trailblazers that the illusions created by these scents differ from regular enemies.
Mira lo que le pega. Lo que le ha pegado Fusual, ¿lo habéis visto?
Engaging in battle.
Example. Deploy distinct scent plugins before commencing the simulated trial. to attain varied bonuses in battle.
That's right. Immerse yourself in your favorite scent, say cedar wood, and you might just encounter some familiar friends.
Bomba.
What's this? A garlic-flavored, abundant ebon deer?
That sounds delicious.
Hey, snap out of it. Need I remind everyone?
Yeparigogolia.
The sense may be tempting, but it's crucial to
Mira,
exercise
pero
self-control.
y luego se pone en modo.
1.6 will also see the return of the planar fisher
Esto sí
and
me
realm
gusta.
of the strange events.
Luego se pone en modo diosa, ¿sabes?
Successfully challenging the simulated universe and cavern of corrosion will yield double
¿Están los dos?
rewards for a set number of times.
Conclusion. Relaxation and fun await.
We ain't done with you yet. Remember Mr. Cien from the Cienjo Lao Fu? He recently acquired a talking parrot. called
Pure Fiction. Otro evento más.
Blur truth with falsehood.
It's you, isn't it?
What? Slander! As I was saying, Trailblazers can strike up a conversation with Mr. Cien and his talking parrot to experience the brand new permanent challenge mode. Pure
Permanente.
Fiction.
Permanent challenge?
Challenge
You mean
permanente.
like the Forgotten Hall?
Not exactly.
Más cosas permanentes.
In Pure Fiction, defeating an enemy will cause it to respawn immediately, and Trailblazers earn points every time they deal damage to or defeat an enemy. At the end of each battle, the highest score achieved in that challenge will
Vale.
be recorded. Trailblazers need to defeat as many enemies as possible within a limited number of cycles to rack up a high score. Each phase of Pure Fiction comes with its own set of buff effects for Trailblazers to choose from, which allows
Vale, guay. Así si es un challenge que está permanente, pues tenemos tiempo para hacerlo.
Observation indicates
Guay,
that
guay.
high scores hinge on the right cure.
Creo que añadieron 2 modos permanentes, sí, porque el anterior creo que va a estar para siempre también. Porque el anterior forma parte de la historia. Me da media intención. O sea, el universo simulado que vimos creo que forma parte también de la historia. Una parte del universo es. Bueno. Para que no tengas healer, ya sabes.
Whoa, 720 stellar jades?
You heard it here first. In version 1.6, Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos.
Dos pisos
is
más
set
de
to
chaos.
expand with stages 11 and 12. Securing a 3-star victory in these new stages grants an extra 120 stellar jades. Combine that with the first 10 stages, and you're looking at a grand total of 720 stellar
Sí, pero ahora van a dividirlo en 3 semanas.
Trailblazers who complete these 2 permanent challenge modes can also earn a new currency, which they can exchange for items like self-modeling resin in the newly added shop.
Sounds neat. But are Trailblazers seriously expected to take on more permanent challenges each time there's a new version? That's gonna eat into our simulated universe testing time, you know.
Hold your horses, Madam Herta. These 2 permanent game modes will be seeing changes of their own.
Oh, míralo ahí.
Update schedule. From version 1.6,
2 semanas, empieza Pure Fiction. Pasan 4 semanas
will be updated in rotation.
con la Memory of Chaos 1, pero luego abren la 2. O sea que va a haber un momento que estén las 2 juntas. O sea, van a intentar empatar, o sea, 2 semanas de esta. Hay otra cosa nueva, 2 semanas, 2 semanas, 2 semanas. O sea, van a seguir estando cada 2 semanas, pero van a durar más tiempo para que te la pases. O sea, van a abrir Memory of Chaos 1, 2 y 3. Ah, me gusta mucho cómo lo han montado, Muy bien montado, decisión muy bien tomada, Me gusta la decisión que han tomado, Por si te olvidas o si no puedes, tienes 1 mes y medio para acabar ese evento. Estos 2 son permanentes. No sé si el universo simulado lo es, creo que sí también.
Trailblazers can directly challenge the highest Memory of Chaos stage they previously cleared with 3 stars.
Vale, ahora ya podemos ir a por el que más alto luchamos la última vez. Y si lo de miramos solamente lo ten, todo lo de atrás.
Whoa. In other words, as long as I've achieved a 3-star victory in stage 7 and I attain the same
El máximo es el 7, eso sí. Vale. Te ahorras toda la morralla, tío. Porque es que ponen 2 pisos más, es que son 5 pisos que tienes que hacer. Me parece bien.
The 1.6 update will further improve the user friendliness of the team setup in the Forgotten Hall. As Trailblazers progress through stages in Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos, the team setup from the previous stage will be carried over by default. Plus, with the new team setup switching and one-click clear functions, lineups can be adjusted at the drop of a hat.
Impressive. It seems that optimizing
Tiza de la
Trailblazer
muerte.
experience is a firm priority.
Absolutely. And guess what else? Version 1.6 will also ease the completion difficulty of daily training, allowing Trailblazers to claim rewards with less effort. Additionally, we've introduced a time-limited unlock feature for certain material stages.
This might require further explanation.
Simply put, even if Trailblazers haven't explored the latest maps, they can still challenge certain material stages to gather leveling materials for their characters.
Oh.
And of course,
No, eso muy bien.
1.6b without the ever-exciting check-in event.
Nuestros deseos.
Participating in the Gift of Odyssey event allows Trailblazers to get their hands on 10 wards.
La multi de regalo del
I
rigor.
think the Trailblazers will be looking forward to this one.
Indubitably.
Esto hace que el Honkai sea gran juego, que regalen 10 tiraditas. Eso está siempre muy bien.
A big shout out to all our Trailblazers for their incredible love and support. Honkai Star Rail recently garnered incredible awards and nominations. On behalf of the project team, I, Albert, would like to extend our gratitude.
Pardon the interruption. You are now speaking with Veritas Ratio.
Huh?
It has come to my attention
Veritas
that your
Ratio,
broadcast today touched on certain warp arrangements in connection with myself. If I may be so bold, the current arrangements are pitiful.
Dr. Ratio!
Van a darnos algún premio más.
Dissemination and sharing of knowledge,
A ver.
as well as truth, is imperative. I, in my esteemed capacity, demand that every Trailblazer be given access to a proper education. When version 1.6's Pantaray event warp becomes available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature shall receive, via mail, one limited 5-star character Dr. Ratio.
No, eso no puede ser.
That is to say,
Es imposible.
me.
Es imposible.
Sheer tyranny
Es
of will,
imposible.
I shall become
Es imposible que hacer eso.
With this, I bid you farewell.
Es imposible.
Folks, the esteemed Dr. Ratio. So, I think we
No puede
covered
ser.
all the content for
Lo regalan.
1.6.
Regalan a Dr. Ratio.
Again to our 3 geniuses for their support. But don't go anywhere just yet now. Stay tuned for an IPM bonus program.
Regalan a Dr. Ratio.
Here comes Sunday.
Te lo llega al correo.
I thought it was Friday today.
Regala un 5 estrellas de promocional. ¿Qué dices, tío?
Right? That's 2 full days
Sí,
of
sí, te lo regalan, lo pone aquí.
universe testing.
Por loguear te lo dan.
Trailblazers? You know what to do.
I'm not talking about
No, que es verdad, Jedi.
I'm talking about
Por ganar 3 premios,
special guest.
lo acaban de dar. El Special Gift es él. Me acaba de quedar. Cuando lo oí, que lo dijo. Cuando el Dr. Ratio lo dijo, deben todos tener acceso a no sé cuánto. Lo digo, no, es imposible, es una troleada, ¿sabes? No puede ser. Y dicen, venga, vale. A ver, VA 8A PU 34 C8 C3. Y me lo sacó en clip el puto. Luego lo miro, luego me lo pasa Spikera, que luego lo saco. Me quedé con una cara, loco. ¿Ves? Eso son reacciones reales, no falsas.
Ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the family's Charmony Festival Conference. I'm your host, Albert. This once in an amber.
Que van a regalar un Dr. Ratio por conectar, básicamente, el 1.6.
The universe are fixed firmly on the planet of festivities, Penacony. Tonight, we'll be bringing you all the latest on Charmony Festival. First, let's give a round of applause and welcome the organizer of the festival and representative of the family in Penacony, Mr. Sunday.
Good evening, dear viewers. I am
Sunday?
Sunday.
Welcome, good sir. Your presence here lights up our humble studio.
¿Quién es este tío?
You are too kind, Mr. Owlbert. If it were not for the IPM's generous invitation, I would not have had this opportunity to introduce your audience to our festival,
¿Pero quién es este?
nor its location. That is to say, Penacony. Penacony is located in the Asdana star system. It is a holiday destination of universal repute, known to many as the planet of festivities. Our guests will be staying in the Reverie, a luxurious hotel where one may travel freely between reality and dreamscape, basking in dreams that are uniquely yours.
I'm curious, what makes this festival different from the previous ones?
Charmony Festival is a Penacony tradition with a long history, and we have built on that foundation to achieve something truly extraordinary. The family on Penacony has, for the first time, issued public invitations to various factions of the cosmos, welcoming them to partake in our magnificent
¿Me van a
ceremony.
invitar? ¿A mí y a otros?
Members of the 5 great families, which together make up the family on Penacony, as well as staff members of the Reverie, are united in welcoming the universe to our home.
Rumor has it that your sister, the cosmic superstar Miss Robin, is set to perform at the ceremony.
You heard correctly. On behalf of the family,
Robin.
Robin will be singing at the opening of the festival in honor of the
Una
Eon of
cantante.
Harmony. My sister has already arrived in Penacony,
Es su hermana.
and dress rehearsals are well underway. Our guests are in for quite the show.
Miss Robin's participation will undoubtedly make the ceremony all the more dazzling. Mr. Sunday, would you be able to divulge any details about the festival's preparations?
All manner of preparations
Misha.
are unfolding as we speak. The Reverie's renovation works are drawing to a close, and so too is its human resources overhaul. Our level of service will be better than ever. Separately, we
Firefly.
introduced performers and
Son los personajes de Colony
personnel
Penal,
from the Iris family
básicamente.
to Penacony's principal scenic areas and leisure facilities. I'm sure they will help our guests to feel right at home.
Pero que no la llamen Luciérnaga, ¿sabes?
Needless to say,
Gallagher.
safety
¡Oh, y
is
este
our
papucho,
primary
loco!
concern.
¿Y este
So,
papucho?
the devoted and courageous bloodhound family will be responsible for
Este papucho me
securing the
atrae.
festival. Danger does not exist in Penacony's dreams.
¿Y este
And the family
papu?
promises that the safety of every guest is guaranteed. Of course, the
Duke
family is
Inferno.
also forgiving.
¿Eso es
Perhaps
jugable?
you're a member of the Annihilation Gang.
¿Eso es jugable?
Then, the Stellaron Hunters.
Sam, mira Sam, ahí
If
está.
you cherish dreams and
Ya
uphold
viene.
benevolence, Penacony welcomes your arrival. Since issuing the invitations, we have received many replies from various organizations throughout the universe. Today will be the first time we are publishing the guest list.
All in the
La
service
lista
of the preservation, the
de los invitados.
He's an executive from the IPC Strategic Investment Department and a member of the legendary 10 Stone Hearts.
Aventurina.
Mr.
Aventurina.
Adventurine.
Vamos,
Explore,
¿ese es nuevo?
understand,
Ese salía, habían hablado de él ya.
connect. Together, the nameless carry forward the trailblazing will of Machiavelli and build bridges between the stars. The navigator of the Astral Express, Miss Himiko,
Viene
along with
Himeko
the
también.
entire crew, will soon be gracing Penacony.
Me imagino que viene a las fiestas esas.
Trading knowledge for wisdom, calculating wealth with formulas, and transcending individual limitations through an academic network of shared
Inteligencia Guild.
the renowned scholar of the
Ratio.
Intelligentsia Guild, Dr. Veritas Ratio. We think, therefore we are. and memories are proof of existence.
Oh,
She's committed to
de la preservación.
sharing these memories and able to journey beyond
Preservación no, reminiscencia.
into the cosmos. Hails from the Garden of Recollection.
Black Swan.
None other than the memo keeper herself, Miss Black Swan. In
Le
the
ha puesto unos pechos
uncaring
pequeñitos, ¿eh?
expanse of the cosmos,
Oh.
nation exists as a ball for sorrow.
Los payasos estos enmascarados.
Never disheartened, ceaselessly untearful, endlessly present, and here representing the
Sparkle de ellos, ¿en serio? O sea que es aliada de Sampo.
following the path of the hunt. Journeying from one
Galaxy
planet to
Rangers.
another,
Esta es Acheron. Acheron, mira aquí.
doing it all
Esta es
over
Acheron.
again. She's been away from the spotlight for too
Ahí estamos.
long.
Raiden o... No, tiene un toque ACL también, ¿eh?
Acheron takes the stage
Tiene un toque ACL también, pero es Acheron.
On behalf of the family, I hereby warmly welcome our guests to participate in this, our grand celebration. Penacony awaits you.
¿Ya está? Joder, que autos interruptus. Ya está, ¿sabes? Popo. Jaja, aquí tiene. Oh, venga, chao. A ver, señores. Yo me quedé blanco cuando vi que iban a regalar un PJ. O sea, cuando Ratio empieza, no. Porque exijo que todos tengan una copia del personaje de Dr. Ratio. Tal, no sé qué pensando. Ah, imposible, no puede ser. Digo, esto es demasiado. O sea, hemos comido de Joyoverse tantas ilusiones para luego llevarnos tantas decepciones. Y cuando vi eso, digo, no puede ser. O sea, qué fumada. Cuando lo estaba oyendo, digo, no puede ser. No puede. Es más, hubo personas por el chat que dijeron, no puede ser lo que estoy oyendo. Porque los que no lo entendieron se quedaron como, ¿qué está pasando, no? Pero cuando ya veo que lo van a regalar de verdad, es como, ¿qué dices, tío? Es que no le pega para nada a Joyoverse a esto. No tiene ningún sentido. Brutal, ¿vale? Brutal. De puta madre este especial 1.6. Tengo muchas ganas de tener a mi Ratio y ya voy a empezar a farmearlo si puedo ya. Así que, bueno, pues aquí termina el programa especial. Espero que os haya gustado tanto como a mí, porque me ha gustado bastante. La verdad es que está guapo, va a carrilear mucho. O sea, qué diferencia el Honkai y el Genshin. Cada vez se separan más en calidad.
Translating 的去向，要海。